Well, great to see you and to meet you because I've been a huge fan of your work for many years.
Thank you.
We'll talk Mad Men later. But I want to congratulate you on your role in this. Wow, Moriarty, those are some big shoes to fill. Were you a bit thrilled when you were offered this role?
The career part of your brain goes, wow, this is a fantastic opportunity. The guy who actually deliver part of your brain goes, are you crazy? What are you going to do? How are you going to do this? But you have to leap for the opportunity and just hope that you land somewhere.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because Moriarty's only in a couple of the books.
Two.
Okay, so yeah, 2 books, right. So what is it when you get a role like this, but people have a perceived conception of him?
They do, yeah.
How do you make them your own?
Well, actually, the stuff that I looked at in the books, the representation of him in those 2 stories, I didn't find a lot in there that was useful. I tried, there's this thing where he describes him as having this sort of strange head movement where he shakes his head from side to side. And I tried it and it just seemed mannered and ridiculous. And I just didn't think that Robert's Sherlock Holmes would let that pass. You know what I mean? It just seemed like it was just going to get in the way. And then the physicality, I had a different, he was 6'3" or something and he was kind of stooped, hung over. And, none of that's going to work really. I also wanted to see the professor, which we'd never seen, because I thought that his job at the university is a legitimate job, but it's a cover story, and it's successful enough that that's got him into all different areas of society, including being friends with the British Prime Minister and all this kind of stuff. And I hadn't seen that, and I thought it would be interesting to see this sort of evolution of this person who, when you finally see that sort of traditional Moriarty outline with the frock coat and the hat and everything, it was like a sort of a, it was the donning of that persona as you finally get that revealed,
right.
And there's some, and then the professor is kind of a disguise that he has, I thought it was interesting. In a way similar, because Sherlock Holmes dons all these disguises, and there's a sort of slight similar, not personality, but they are sort of cut from a similar cloth, right. But they're different. They're very, very different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then of course you get to work with Guy Richie. Wow.
Yeah.
Just seeing that guy work must have been fantastic.
Yeah.
What was it like to watch him and work with him?
There's no insecurity about him. There's no angst. There's no. He's extremely frank. He encourages you to bring your ideas and throw them on the table, and he'll just reject them outright. And he expects you to be sort of tough enough not to go and sulk about it. And some of them he'll go, yeah, I kind of like that. You keep talking. But don't make it complicated. Don't get all, sort of public school about it and intellectual about it. Yeah. And he challenges you to crystallize your ideas, and so you can see if they work. Which is fantastic because you feel as though you're welcome to contribute.
Yeah.
And Robert's the same way, and and obviously Joel and Susan and Lionel. They all understand that's how these guys worked, and it worked the first time. So we encourage everyone to do this again.
Yeah. How did you enjoy working opposite Robert Downey? And you got a good little fight scene with him too.
Yeah, well, I like a bit of fisticuffs. I'm half Irish. Robert is fantastic. You have to be on your toes. And he wants you to be at your best. And he'll get the best out of you. I think I was saying to somebody yesterday that you can't really, it's like athletes. If you're a professional athlete, you're not really going to find out what kind of ability you have if you play amateur teams. You have to play with the best to discover what you've got, and he's right up there.
So you did your own stunts?
Oh yeah, all that stuff was the 2 of us. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. I loved it. I was classically trained. We do stage fighting and sword play and all that stuff. I love all that stuff, and that's the little kid in you gets back into being play acting again and play fighting. It's great fun.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Why do you think we're still so interested in Sherlock Holmes, like so many years later, but seeing it now in this way, it's just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, they're puzzles, they're mysteries, you know, and they're fun to try and unravel. I think he makes you feel smarter. You know, as you watch the story and he unravels it and you kind of trying to figure out the answer and you almost get sort of most of it or parts of it. And when he explains it to you, you're like, oh, yeah, I understand that. You kind of feel smarter because you get it. Yeah. You know, it's something I don't know. I don't know. It's a great character.
It is a great character. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch it and like on the screen.
And I think what Robert's done is he's brought all the darkness that was there in the Conan Doyle character. He's brought it all to the surface, including the relationship with Watson. Because what he's done with that relationship is they've raised the stakes, and that he can't do it without Watson. So there's something about that. You know, Watson sort of manages to help him navigate his own darkness that keeps him focused, and if you separated them, he wouldn't be able to function properly.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think that's probably the way it was with Robert and Jude too.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like it. They had such a great rapport.
Yeah, they have a great rapport and a great relationship with each other. And I think, as far as I understand, that whole banter thing started in the makeup trailer when they were running lines with each other.
Quickly, I want to ask you just about, you've been in so many great movies and TV shows, but Mad Men, my goodness. I mean, really, I haven't missed one episode. I'm, bated breath for it to start back up again. How was it, and how's it been just working with this cast and getting recognized for that?
Really great place to go and work. I mean, the atmosphere is fantastic on set. It's really lovely. Everyone there likes hanging out with each other. The base camp around where all the trailers are set, they've sort of decorated the whole thing up. So it's all got there's Christmas trees and there's little penguins skiing and stuff like this. Nobody wants to leave at the end of it. Even after you've wrapped, people hang out and they drink whiskey and chat with each other and drink wine, and they all linger in each other's company. It's an incredible atmosphere.
And smoke those fake cigarettes.
Well, they smoke real ones there, but on set. The fake ones are disgusting. It's the thing is because they've decided that it's, the second-hand smoke's bad, but the second-hand smoke from the fake ones is just as bad. But the thing is that but they don't have nicotine in them, so they say they're less addictive. But they don't burn properly, right? So you can't, go take a puff and leave it there, because after 30 seconds it's gone out. So you have to sit there and go... inhale these damn things, and you see them sucking away on these things, trying to keep them alight. Because awesome. If you stop, they'll go out.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on this, and congratulations on your role. I cannot wait you're going to be working with Steven Spielberg and Lincoln. I mean, how exciting is that?
The man's a legend. Yes.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, brush up on your American history, I'm sure. Jared, such a pleasure to meet you, and
too, Bonnie.
Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll just bump hands there. Thank you so much. Okay.